Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. This is probably going to be the last video of 2023, and it's just going to be a recap of the year, an opportunity to say thank you to a number of people, and I'll maybe hint at a few things that's going to be on the channel for next year. So first off, I'll cover the recap of the year. This year has been one that I wouldn't want to repeat, I have to be honest. The issue that came about this time in 2022 with the loss of knives in the post became an 8-month, or possibly longer, massive emotional drain and stress trying to resolve the shipping issues. And a number of the people that I want to say thank you to were part of that process, if you like. So finally got the shipping sorted out, and during that extended period of time, there are a lot of people out with the UK waiting on their knives that they'd ordered, and it was a massive stress for myself because I dislike letting people down. The shipping was out with my control, and some people were messaging me regularly asking what's happened with their knives. I was trying to give updates and help where I could, but until companies got back to me, I couldn't respond in a lot of cases. And I think some people thought I was maybe trying to pull a fast one, and they wanted refunds, which obviously I gave them. But that had a detrimental effect on my business. As a small one-person business, when you've got money in and it's been in the bank account or was given to you months prior, it's been used. And so finding that again in a situation where finances are tight was very, very difficult, and it produced all sorts of problems. So those people that stuck by me during that time and didn't ask for a refund and have now got their knives in America and the outlying countries of the world, I want to say thank you very much for that, for your support and not asking for refunds, because that made a huge difference to me. Even with that, in amongst that group of people, a smaller group of people gave me no hassle at all within that period of time. They were quite happy to wait for any updates that I gave them. They were very, very patient, very gracious. And even then, when I was posting videos of other things that I was working on because I couldn't get the knives to them, they weren't commenting and asking where the knives were. They were just commenting along the lines of the video that I'd posted. And that was a big weight off me as well, because I was aware I was letting people down. It was constantly niggling at the back of my head for the entire period of time that it took to solve the issue. And every time I put a video up, I was kind of dreading doing so, because I was waiting on this influx of comments as to where's my knife? You've done this remote, where's mine? And these people that didn't do that and just commented on the video, man, that was such a relief to be able to just comment on the things that I've been able to work on. And so my thanks go out to Mr. T. King and Mr. Mr. Clark, and in particular to Bob Habsolute, who was an absolute star during this time. His comments were always positive along the lines of what we're doing, and they were a real support for me, actually. They were almost a distraction from where I was at with the rest of the shipping problems. So Bob, I really appreciated your comments and your support, and the fact you were very, very patient waiting for your knives. And the same with Pinky Werewolf. He was very, very laid back, and yeah, thank you very much, in particular to the both of you guys. And Mr. King, I don't know if you watch these videos, but you were the first guy to try the FedEx solution that turned around and backfired hugely, and that was a disaster. And I appreciated the way that you handled that and dealt with that. So thank you very much for that. So yeah, that was a big part of the year. And during that time, actually, while I couldn't get the knives out, I was working on other things and trying to find solutions to other bits that were irritating me. For instance, the woodsman sheath. While I had a lock on it, um, there was still a niggle in the back of my head that I wanted it extra secure. And during the time that I couldn't post things out, I managed to come up with a new way or an additional lock on the sheath, which then got incorporated onto all the knives that were waiting to head out to the States. So in the end, the people that were patient got a product that was better than they would have had I managed to send it out in the first place. So that would have been a bonus. I hope they see it as a bonus anyway. But the dog tags and the serial numbers, that was something that wouldn't have happened had the knives gone out when they were supposed to. So again, that was something I was very, very pleased. In fact, at the time when the opportunity or it came about that I could actually start manufacturing the dog tags and putting the serial numbers on the knives, that was a massive mental lift. I was actually struggling at that point with the fact that I hadn't been able to get these knives out. There were people waiting, and I could feel my mental health starting to decline again due to all the pressure and the failure that I was feeling over not being able to get things out. So when the opportunity came to do that and give an extra into this and create something new, that made a big, as I say, big mental lift, big difference. And now all the knives that go out now have got serial numbers. It feels much more professional, and the dog tags in particular, that feels like a really nice touch in line with the way that I feel the Origin sits within the knife making community and yeah, users as a whole. So yeah, fits really well. I like that. The Scout model came out this year. That knife has become a personal favourite of mine. So between that and the Woodsman are the two knives that I tend to use. Really enjoying having that. There's a few of you got those on order. I am getting round to those, but there's been a lot of stuff going on this year. So again, thank you for your patience, and I will get round to that with those knives. John Allen Moore. John's an old school woodsman, if you like. He stays in the Cumbria region of England, and he's been out in the woods and on the moors all his days. He's probably forgotten more to do with, well, let's just say harvesting game. Let's put it that way, and traps and various things like that than I've ever known. He's a very interesting man. He's an old guy. He's very, very humble, and he always tries to help wherever he can. He sent walking sticks, or at least I picked walking sticks up when I went down to see him for myself and my daughter. He's passed through several to Alec from Easy Going Outdoors, and he's even sent things to Jim in Bushcraft, Costa Rica, that have passed on when I've been sending things out to Jim. So, John, the fact that you keep him watching, in fact, all three channels amongst the other things that you watch on YouTube, I really appreciate the phone calls that I get from you and the chats that we have regarding archery and numerous other subjects to do with outdoor living skills. It's a blessing whenever I speak to you, and I really appreciate your support and the continuing purchasing of my knives. That always helps. So thank you. The last two people that I really want to say thank you to are Jim from Bushcraft, Costa Rica, and obviously maybe about 18 months ago now he got the prototype Woodsman, which that's been bittersweet. In fact, he'd not only got the prototype Woodsman, he got the Shirley that was going to be mine again, and he's constantly kind of taunting me with those whenever I speak to him on the video calls. It's a blessing that he's got them, and I really appreciate all the work that you've done, Jim, with showing those knives off and the interesting projects that you've done over the past 18 months with those knives. But the fact that I still don't have a Shirley, yeah, anyway, there we go. But thanks, Jim. I appreciate that, and the fun that we have when we chat. So thank you for your support. And lastly, but most definitely not least, is Alex from Easygoing Outdoors. We came in touch, or got in touch, or hooked up, whatever you want to say, a number of years back. And he's been brilliant. Finding him or getting in touch with him was a transformation for Origin. Uh, his skills are different from mine. He comes from a very military outlook on things, different from mine. But the fact that he keeps on testing things and testing things hard, but not stupidly, it gives me really good feedback on my knives where it kind of doesn't quite work or doesn't quite fit, and it allows me to develop my products to the point where when they actually head out into the world, they tend to be just fit for purpose. Let's say when I make my own knives and I test them myself, I've got a different outlook, and to be honest, I don't really want to break them when I'm out with them, which is where Alec comes in, because he's a bit of a bear of a man. And when I give it to him, it's just like, there you go, test that however you see fit in whatever arena that you see this knife being used, and come back and tell me whether it passed or failed, or what it passed and failed at. To be honest, he doesn't find very many faults with them, but when he does speak and say this could do with a wee change or an angle or something like that, it's worth listening to him, and it's been invaluable to me over the years, and as has our friendship. So I really appreciate it, Alec. Thank you very much. 2024 then, there are a couple of patterns that I think I'm going to be revisiting over the next wee while, and trying to update those and develop one particular project to the full capacity that I had in mind when I designed it, but I only got part way. The reception of this particular model was good, but not good enough for me to want to push through with the other things that were going to be extremely time consuming and material heavy to be able to manufacture. But I think I'm going to be pushing forward with that just for my own personal satisfaction. I'm also hoping to get more time out using my own knives and helping me understand them better, and knowing where I want to develop those or what lines I want to go down with them. I haven't had any opportunity really to do that in 2023, and to be honest, the amount of stress I was under, I didn't want to go. I didn't feel like I wanted to go out at all. So I'm hoping that will be eased now that the knives are in America. You guys have got them and you are using them, and the feedback I've had from everyone that's got them has been beyond positive, which is great. And I'm looking forward to seeing perhaps footage going up on your own YouTube channels or on social media platforms, wherever you choose to post. Show me what you're doing with these knives as well. So yeah, that'll be interesting. So as you guys are getting out, I'm hoping to get out and use my own stuff as well. And I think that is about it. If I've missed anyone or anything, oh no, sorry, I realized that. The channel. I really appreciate all you guys watching the videos and taking the time to leave comments and like them. The channel has grown, slowly but steadily over the year. To all the new subscribers, I'm hoping that you're enjoying the videos still, and that the 2024 videos that I post up and actual use of the knives will be of interest to you as well. So to anyone supporting the channel, thank you very much. And I guess lastly, to everyone that's involved with this, the people that have been supporting Origin Knives as a company, and buying my products and leaving the comments and supporting me through YouTube, through social media, through phone calls, just it makes a difference, and I really appreciate it. So I hope you all have a great Christmas, a good new year, and I'm looking forward to seeing and hearing what you do with the knives that I've made that you're now using in 2024. So if I've rambled on this, I'm sorry. I had a few notes with names on it. The rest of the subjects, well, it is what it is. So thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.